Hi guys, after watching this video, you can check your plants to make sure that they are not harboring one of the more annoying pests that we are commonly seeing in garden, on houseplant and greenhouse. It's called a scale. One pest that pretty much hits all plants, no matter what you are growing. Come with us please.
Welcome and welcome back to Green Plant Guide. In this video we will show you how to identify and get rid of scale insects. The first thing you should do in any pest control plan is identify what exactly you're dealing with.
Careless identification can lead to wrong treatment methods costing you time and money. The scale insects are small pests that go unnoticed by homeowner until their damage is made apparent. They can kill or stump the growth of plants.
Identification.
The scale can be divided into two groups: armored scale and soft scale.
Armored scales are generally smaller in size,
and for the most part their coloration is more like brown and beige. Now the one weird thing with the armored scale is that
you can actually flick off this outer covering.
So if you use a pin or your nail to flick it off,
it's actually separate from the insect underneath.
And another difference with armored scale is that it doesn't produce honeydew, or at least the same amount of honeydew that soft scale produces.
Honeydew is a sugary waste material that can attract other pests like ants or wasps.
In a scale infestation, you will generally only see the female scale. For more information about female and male scale, you can check the description for this video.
Inspection.
Inspection is the next phase of any good pest control plan. Once you know what your pests look like, check around your property to confirm their presence or find out a spot of activity. Depending on the species, the scale will feed on trees, shrubs, or houseplant. You can often find the scale settling along the stem or leaf veins, since those are the biggest source of moisture in a plant. Check underneath the leaves along the stem. That's where those adults are going to be hanging out.
Treatment.
It's time to start treatment. Squishing them, destroying them, and then you also want to isolate your plant away from your other plants. If the infestation is really bad, let's say this full branch was just covered with adult scale, then you want to prune off this branch and dispose of it. Isolate it away from all other plants. You can use horticultural oil, neem oil, or horticultural soap.
And the key here is to make sure that the product comes in direct contact with the insect.
Otherwise, it's not gonna be an effective treatment. Their shells or waxy coating protect them from most direct spray applications. To get rid of a scale on houseplant, you may want to use different options that can be used in a small volume for smaller plants. You can use either a cotton swab dipped in rubbing alcohol and apply to individual scale. For larger infestation, use a spray bottle. Just fill the spray bottle with isopropyl alcohol and spray in a scale directly. Alcohol will work to immediately burn affected scale and kill them quickly. Spray a small section of the plant to look for any damage. Prevention is essential to keeping pests in check even after you have applied pesticides. To prevent damage from a scale, it's best to be diligent in monitoring your plants, checking for activity, and spraying your plants when necessary. Note the health of your plants when something doesn't seem right. If you find a scale insect infesting an indoor plant, be sure to isolate it from other plants to contain the population until it's eliminated. Outdoors, you can attract beneficial insects like ladybugs by growing certain plants in your garden that those insects love. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next Green Plant Guide video.